Hey guys, welcome to Angular Front to Back, formerly known as Angular 4 Front to Back, which was created about 6 months ago and has been completely revamped and upgraded to Angular 5 and future-proofed for new versions as they're released. So this course was designed to bring you from knowing almost nothing about Angular 2+ to knowing all the core fundamentals and more, and also to show you how to build real-world applications. Now this course is for everyone as long as you know basic JavaScript. Even if you've never touched Angular or you've just dabbled in it, you should be fine to follow along. If you're an Angular master and you just want a refresher or you want to learn a couple new things or maybe just build a fun project, you'll also benefit from this course as well. So a little bit about myself. I've been a web developer for about 12 years. I specialize in full stack development with JavaScript along with PHP and a little bit of Python and Ruby on Rails. I've been teaching for about 5 years and I run a very popular programming channel on YouTube called Traversy Media. I like to teach courses in a way that's clear and easy to understand, and I don't expect you to know everything. Now what you should know is basic HTML5, maybe a little CSS, but honestly we won't be doing much with custom CSS at all. We'll be mostly using Bootstrap for layout. You should know basic JavaScript. You really shouldn't learn a framework without knowing the fundamentals of the language. If you don't know JavaScript, I'd suggest my Modern JavaScript from the Beginning course. Basically you should just know things like functions, loops, arrays, just the basic principles of programming. You don't need to know Twitter Bootstrap, but we will be using it quite a bit, so if you do know it, that will help you out. If not, you'll learn as we move along, and we will be using version 4 of Bootstrap. Alright, so this course was made about 6 months ago, like I said, with Angular 4. After version 5 was released, I redid every video, changed things up quite a bit to make the course more clear and progressive. I also made it future-proof, so even when Angular 6 is released, I'll only have to do a couple small modifications and it will still be relevant. So don't worry if Angular 6 is already out or even Angular 7. So this course will still be relevant. I'll also be talking about the versioning of Angular in a future lecture, about 3 or 4 lectures from now. Why Angular 3 was skipped, the differences between Angular JS and Angular 2+, things like that. So as far as the course format goes, sections 1 through 7 will be learning sections, but we'll be building a sandbox application. Each lecture will be organized to focus on certain aspects, and we'll be updating the application with those new features and concepts. So whether it's property binding, events, services, HTTP, at the end you're going to have a sandbox application to look back at for examples on how to do all the stuff that you've learned. Alright, after that we'll build a project for logging developer notes, which uses component state, observables for component communication, as well as local storage to store logs or notes. We'll be deploying that app to GitHub Pages as well. And then we'll build a much larger application called Client Panel that manages customers or clients and uses Firebase's new Firestore platform as a back end. Okay, this is more of a real-life application with authentication, routing guards, multiple services, and about a dozen different components. So we'll also be deploying that app to Firebase as well. Alright, so I'm not going to read everything here, but this is the gist of what you'll learn throughout this course. So all of the important things you need to know about the core framework are included and explained in a way that's easy to understand. Alright, so if you want to pause the video and take a look at all of this, go ahead and do that. Alright, so hopefully you enjoy this course and you learn a lot from it. By the end, you should be able to build pretty decent-sized Angular applications from scratch with no problem at all. So let's go ahead and get started.